guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Madison. You should definitely click on that little red subscribe button down below. It has been a hot minute since I've sat down and done a sit down talking video. Today's a Q&A, so that's something new, but it has been forever. I think the last time I filmed like an actual video like this was in like June or July. As you can tell, the scenery is different. I am no longer on the DCP. I am now back at home, back at school. If you've been following me since the beginning, obviously this is not my purple room. My family moved, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm home from college this weekend, so I just figured I'd film this Q&A because I feel like it has been very long awaited. A lot has happened, a lot has been going on. That's like a totally separate video that I will get into, but I wanted to ask some of you guys' questions, even though they're like 3 months old, but they're still there. We're still gonna talk about them. I'm gonna try and make this video as short and sweet as possible. I'm gonna try to get through as many questions as I can, but it's also gonna depend how long I answer them. So I may have to make a part 2 to this video. Give this a thumbs up if you would like to see a part 2. So I am just on the video. I did this video back in like June. This was when I did my giveaway. So these questions are a little bit dated. A lot of stuff that I feel like is on here are questions that have already been answered, like whether I'm seasonal, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna go through and do the best that I can. I haven't looked at these. I'm literally just going through and like looking on the fly. So bear with me, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be reading off my laptop, the usual. So let's get this bread. Also, so sorry for the lighting. I'm trying to figure it out. It is nighttime and I have a lamp. I don't have a ring light yet. I wasn't sure if I wanted to invest in one, but now I think I do. So that's the tea. Okay, let's get into it. Victoria Mata. Also, so sorry if I butcher names. I'm doing my best, I promise. Victoria Mata asked, what is your favorite ride or rides? My favorite rides, okay, so Magic Kingdom, I'd have to say Peter Pan's Flight, Animal Kingdom, Everest, Hollywood Studios, I would say Tower of Terror. I think that's my favorite. And then in Epcot, I would say Soarin'. Ari G asked, I was wondering if you know how to get a Be Our Guest reservation within the same month. So I actually replied to her on this because I felt like it was really urgent, but I'm gonna answer it on here anyways because I feel like y'all would like to know too. So the way that I got my Be Our Guest reservation was I literally just checked and checked and checked. Like I literally checked the app every day. I would check at random times, like if I went on break, if I was at work. So literally if you want a reservation like Be Our Guest for dinner, just keep checking and keep checking and something will come up. Hopefully eventually. For me it did. The 3 times that I did it, it did. So just keep checking, be diligent, and you should get a reservation. Jason Raby asked, who is your favorite character? I don't know. Okay, so like character to work with, Goofy for sure. Love him, he's great. Character in general, like Disney character, I love Rapunzel and I love Belle. Like those are so basic, but I love them. Honestly, like on the fly, I mean, I love Minnie. I love all Disney characters, but my 2 favorites would probably be Belle and Rapunzel. Emily Wilson asked, I was wondering how many times you've been to Disney World before the DCP. I had been a lot for soccer tournaments. So me and my brother both played competitive soccer growing up. He's still in high school, so he's still playing. I quit about 2 years ago. I played a year in college and then I decided just to be done. I would say for non-soccer trips, I'd say like 3 times, but like with soccer included, I'd probably say, I wanna say 6, but a lot of the times we were going like to a tournament and then coming back, like back and forth. Like it wasn't like a Disney vacation. It was just like kind of going to the park sporadically, but we've been a lot because of soccer. And like, that's kind of the main reason why we've been so many times. Other than that, I wanna say we've been maybe 3. I went once when I was 4, I went once when I was 8. Yeah, and then the second time, yeah, honestly, I don't even know. I'd say majority was for soccer. So I'd say probably 6 times. Lisa Marie Birch said, what won't you miss about being a cast member? So I am still a cast member. So I can't really answer that question. I don't know, like being a cast member is pretty cool. Like if we're being completely honest, like even if I wasn't still a cast member, I don't really know what I would say to this question because it's like it's a cool experience. Like it's something that if you would have told me a year ago that I would have worked at Disney World for a whole semester, I would have told you were lying. So, I don't know, that's a good question. Emberly Code asked, what has been your craziest / weirdest guest experience as a character attendant so far? Whew, I have a lot. That can honestly be a separate video because I have a lot, but literally when I read this question, the first thing that came to my mind was towards the end of my program, I was working in the boneyard with Pluto, digging up some dino bones, and I saw something on the floor and it was poop. So that was pretty crazy. I didn't expect to be seeing that when I worked there. I wasn't expecting it, but there was poop on the floor. So we had to call custodial. I put a bucket over it. It was fine, but it makes me laugh because I didn't know what to do. Like I was just like, there's poop. So I don't know. Savannah Savell asked, I do have one question. What would you recommend putting high interest in your job role on the DCP application? I guess that's like, just kind of like for you, like that's a you thing. I know for me, the only two roles that I put interest in at all were character attendant and character performer. Those are the only two that I put interest in. I mean, that just depends. Like if you want to work in attractions, like if that's something you're really passionate about, then put that. If you want to work in entertainment, put that. If you want to take photos, put that. Like, I guess it just really kind of depends. I hope that answers your question. I feel like I'm reading it wrong. If you're asking like what I put, I just kind of said that. But if you should put high interest in the job that I had, it's really just like kind of like if you're really comfortable talking to people, if you're really good with like people in general, I would definitely put mine if that's something you're really passionate about. But if you like want to do something else, I don't really know. I guess that's just kind of like your opinion, like what you want to do. Emma Jones asks, I wanted to know if the expenses for the program are worth it. Yes, I would say yes. For me, I had the time of my life. Like me and my roommates had the absolute best time. And I feel like the experience that I have is something that you can't put a tangible number to, like a tangible like dollar amount, because it was I would pay the tuition for the program over and over again if it meant that I could have the experience that I had. I loved it. I think it's totally worth it. I think it also depends on like the mindset you have going into it and what you want to gain from it. If it's just something that's kind of like a burden to you, I wouldn't recommend it, but I personally think that the program is worth it. Hannah Elizabeth asked, what is your go-to park-rides when you get days off? My go-to park, I would say most of the time was Magic Kingdom, just because there's so much to explore. I would go there by myself a lot too, just because I felt like there's always more to see there. It's just, I would go and just wander for like hours, literally. Yeah, I would say Magic Kingdom just because it was so big. Jaslyn NJ asked, do you ever feel homesick during your Disney college program? I felt a little bit of homesickness after my parents left the couple times they came, but other than that, not really. You're working so much and in the park so much and with your roommate so much and just so busy that there's not a lot of time to think of that you're like, for me, I think I was like 1,000 miles away from home, and that was something I was really worried about coming into my program, because I never considered going anywhere really far out of state for college. I go to the University of Oklahoma and I'm from Dallas, so it's like a 3-hour drive. So like if my parents needed to come up, they could just drive up, drive back. But yeah, I did get homesick a few times, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Allie Kunkel asked, what was your favorite part of being a character attendant? My favorite part is just hanging out with the characters, meeting new people, that's a big one. And also like my work friends, like literally I became so close to the people that I worked with. It was like a family. And especially my dino fam, love that. It's great. Yeah, I would just say making relationships and meeting people literally from all over the world. Megan Hafner asked, what is the rarest character you've ever seen, met, or worked with in the parks? The rarest character I ever worked with was, I want to say Captain Hook. I worked with him for a DCE event, which is like a character event, like a special event. It was for the Moonlight Magic DVC, so Disney Vacation Club event at Typhoon Lagoon. So that was really cool. Rarest one I've ever met, I met Tarzan and Jane at a DVC event, and I also met Coda and Kenai from Brother Bear, so that was really cool. Ashley Murphy asked, what are your favorite and least favorite parts of the Disney College program, and why did you decide to do it? So I decided to do it because I had a friend who did it spring of 2017. It looked cool, so I said, yeah, like let's do it, like let's try it. So I applied, I got it, and something was just telling me to go, so I did, and I do not regret it. What are your favorite and least favorite parts about the Disney College program? My favorite part was, I don't even know, everything was so great. My roommates, that was great. Like I couldn't have gotten any more lucky with the roommates that I had. And my least favorite part, I don't know. I honestly, like, I couldn't tell you. I guess sometimes not getting the days off that you put in for, that kind of stinks, but I feel like that's with any job. It was pretty easy for me to like trade my days off with people who, like, if I needed a Monday off and they had that off, but I had like a schedule on a Tuesday, then I would like switch. It's like, it's confusing, but I would say my least favorite part was like the scheduling part of it. Shannon W asked, would you go back to Disney and work a professional internship? Yes, that's something I'm considering after college, so we will see about that. Kay Elizabeth asked, what is your #1 must do for future DCP participants? I would just say make the most of your time. It literally flies by. I'm sitting here in my room in October thinking, where the heck did the time go? Just don't think that since you're there for 4 months or 5 months or however long you're there, don't ever say to yourself, oh, like, we'll just do it again soon, like we're here for 5 months. Literally, you will blink and your program will be over. So literally, if you have an idea, like if you want to go to Magic Kingdom and ride all the rides in one day, you say, I'm gonna do that today. Just do it. Do everything as soon as you possibly can, because you will blink and your program will be over. Nikki H asked, if you could choose any role as a cast member, what would you choose? I would honestly probably choose character attendant. It's a really good fit for me. I was talking to Caroline, my roommate, about this, or Caroline, my ex-roommate, I guess. That's so sad. I was talking to her about it and I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think I could be like anywhere else. Like, I don't think any other role would fit me. And she literally was like, no, like, entertainment is like where you need to be. So I would say what I did, or maybe audition to be a performer. I don't know, those would be my 2 ideal roles. Magically Maddie asked, what do you think your biggest takeaway is off the DCP? My biggest takeaway is I gained so many customer service skills during my program. I learned how to resolve conflict with people who were so much older than me. I learned how to like just manage my time better. Like, I was pretty good at time management before the program, but just like, even though I wasn't in school, like just like managing my work schedule was like crazy. So I think just like real world skills and like knowing how to do certain things by myself, if that makes sense, like while working a job, like literally 50 hours a week, like that's a lot for like a college student. And like, even though I wasn't in school, I would just say managing my time and getting good customer service skills, because like that will serve you well, literally whatever job you have in the future. Tori Ford asked, this is kind of a loaded question. What's next for you now that your program is ending? So I'm back in school. I'm taking 15 credit hours right now. I will be taking probably 15 or 18 in the spring. It's hard going back to school after the Disney College program. I will not lie about that. That is something that I will get into in another video. Let me know if you want to see that. Yeah, just going back to school, getting my degree, and then possibly going back to Disney for a professional internship or a big girl job after I am finished. Jessica Mancy asked, would you go back to the Disney College program or even do a professional internship during the fall seasons, or is the spring DCP enough for you? I think it would be cool to do a college program during the fall. Don't get me wrong, to work Halloween and Christmas and like Thanksgiving, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I don't want to be away from my family on Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. Like, that's just not, I think it would be super, super fun. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, honestly, I kind of look back and I was like, why didn't I do fall? Like, what the heck? But I don't think I could handle being away from my family on Christmas. Like, if we're being completely honest, I don't think I could handle it. The spring college program, I don't think I could recreate my experience. Like, I just had such a good experience that I don't think that could be recreated. And I think that I will do a PI after I graduate. So probably fall 2020 or spring 2021. Artist 101 asked, do you feel like any other roles would have suited you better? I don't think any role could have suited me better. I think that where I ended up was exactly where I needed to be. That's what all my friends say too. So I take their word, but I think where I ended up in my role was where I needed to be. C. Megan B asked, is there anything that came in the DCP that came as a surprise to you? I think that I knew I was gonna be working a lot of hours, but I did not realize how actually dead tired I would be at the end of the days. So obviously, like, you know, coming in, you're gonna be working a ton of hours, but I think just like how tired I was and how I didn't feel like my job would be like mentally and physically taxing, which it was both, which was fine. Like, loved it, it was great. But I think that was what kind of came as a shock to me. Like, after the first 2 weeks, I remember going home and like my body hurt so bad, and my roommates were like, what is going on? Like, what's the deal? So I would just say how literally tiring it was. Kaylee Trapane asked, I'm from a very dry place. Do you have any tips for surviving a humid environment? Honestly, just drink water. Literally, if you're in, I would wear like an undershirt because I would sweat. So like wear an undershirt under your costume if it's like something that, like mine was like blue, and so you could like see the sweat stain. So if I wore an undershirt, you could see that. And so it was so humid that like it was fine. People would be like, why aren't you sweating? I'm like, oh no, like you understand I am, but like my undershirt's catching it. So I would definitely wear an undershirt. Drink a lot of water, eat healthy. I think that's the main thing too, is like the days that I would eat like fried food or like really gross stuff, I would feel so like just sick and not good. So try and eat healthy. I know that stinks because I know you are in Disney and you want to eat, like, I love the chicken nuggets. Like you guys know I love the chicken nuggets, but like eating healthy and drinking a lot of water and just like making sure like you're taking care of your body is the main thing, because it will catch up to you. Because like the first few weeks it got humid and like really hot. It was a real struggle for me. So that is all for today's video. I tried to answer as many questions as I possibly could. If you have more questions, definitely leave those down below and I will do another video like this. I had a lot of fun filming this video and I hope that this helps some of you guys applying for the program or just kind of wondering what the program is like. I have enjoyed keeping up. I say keeping up. I've enjoyed like still having my YouTube channel after the program. It's something to do. I never thought that I would continue making videos after my program. So thank you guys for still subscribing and still supporting me. It means the world to me. So yeah, sorry if you can hear my brother singing in the background, but you know, we love life. It's great. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.